Everyone, welcome to the second video in this series from Rita Berman's Asian book, and I'm going to be doing this cute little lady today. So let's come in closer. I'm using my Faber Castell. Oh, we've gone a bit too far in. There we go. My Faber Castell Polychromos pencils, and let's have a think. I'm just looking at her skin. I think we'll start there. I'm going to use, I'm going to not do them all exactly the same. I'm going to use the medium flesh from the Polychromos. This is 131 and it is actually also called Coral. I'm going to use it really, really lightly on her skin. It's just a little bit pinker than the one we used yesterday. I don't want their faces to look too dark, but I don't really know what colour they would be. Bit here. And then for her little cheeks, I'm just going to put another layer on so they look a bit pink. And her elegant little hands. Like that. And her feet, and then we can get going. Now this almost looks like a little trouser suit that she's wearing, but it's very hard to tell. But I thought we could do some greens. I don't know why, I just looked at it and I thought I wanted to do it green. So I'm going to use a light one to start with. And it's striped, so we're going to do striped colours. So this is the grass green. Nice lightish pretty looking green, I feel. I won't for that very edge, I'm going to leave that, and what I'm going to do is layer it up a little more at the bottom of the sleeves here and then fade it as we go up to the top, and that should hopefully work. Putting a bit more on the top, I want there to be some colour there, and then just every other stripe. It might get a little bit tricky to quite work out what's where, but we'll get there. Here where it's sort of folded, but I'll work it out. This one is obvious, it's the next one that's not. I think we'll leave that one and we'll just do this one. I think we'll do it like that, and then we'll keep all that bit the same colour. When we do the other colour of green, I think we'll do it that way. Okay, and now we'll do the other sleeve next, and then I'm going to do the whole thing in these colours. I think it'll work. Now that's that one, so our next one is here, I think. Now here is a bit tricky, we can't see, but because that's really close to there, I'm actually going to do this one in this colour and then this one. I think it will just sit better like that. Now we have our stripes coming down low, and I'm thinking if I start with this one, then we're not quite opposite that one, and then that one, that one, that's got a piece coming across. I'm going to start this side and try to sort of make them so they don't line up, so it looks a bit more interesting. Like that. Oh, that one's going to anyway. Like that. And then this one, which I think goes up beyond the purse bag, because there's a stripe there from that one, so I'm thinking this, is it in there? I think so. And there, I think it's there. Yes, and then we'll do this one. That's it. And this one. Not too easy to work out, but I think that's working. And then the sash, a bit tricky because that end is near a green but that end is nearer the white, then it swaps. So I'm not sure, and I'm actually going to do it like this. I'm going to use this light colour all the way across the bottom bit and then start adding in our stripes like that. Now this is a continuation from here. Now we could make that as a stripe. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that so it looks like that's our final stripe there, and that is this colour, then that being this colour too, like that. Yeah, I think that's working. I'm going to use a few other greens, I think, later on some of the details. I've just grabbed the leaf green for the other stripe, so that's my next plan. So we're just going to do the same thing again. I'm actually waiting from half expecting my mum to call, but I might call her if she doesn't call me. But it's my son's streaming, which is a bit of a pain. It means that I can't speak to her in the sitting room. So I'd have to go upstairs and then I wouldn't be able to colour while I was chatting, which isn't good. Anyway, I could phone her from in here, bring a bit of different colouring in, because obviously I can't colour this while I'm talking to her. That's not going to work, is it? I think I want to actually go through all of these stripes and go a bit harder so that you can see the colour difference, or else they look a little bit samey. There, that's better. Happier with that. Much happier with that. And we'll do the same here. And just, yeah, work round and through. Go. Up to the top I shall go. Got an inside of a sleeve there. Give that a bit of thought while I do these stripes. Now it would probably be a little bit darker because it's in the shadow, so I'm wondering whether to just use this colour, but then it might not stand out enough. But I guess I could try, and then I could darken it up with something if it doesn't quite look right. So let's have a go. Let's do that. Just have a look. I think that's okay. The only thing is we've missed this bit. That is one of our, that's a lighter green stripe, isn't it? So I've grabbed the grass green just quickly, just to do in there. And then I think we're done with those stripes. So now I am going to do, we've got these end pieces, and I think maybe the trim could be done in a similar colour. So I'm looking for something a little bit darker. I think actually, that work? Yeah, I'm going to go for the juniper green. It's quite a lot darker, but I think being as it's the sort of edging, it needs to stand out, so I think it'll work. But we'll try it. You can decide whether you like it or not. Let's save for this side. Now what I'm going to do here is put just a little bit on there so it stands out. But what I'm wondering is is that bit the inside of the sleeve as well, or is it the sort of underneath part? I don't know. I'm going to leave it and I can do this bit. And I'm wondering whether her garment that's underneath, we can see a little bit at the bottom and a little bit at her neck, should be a different colour to match her flower. That's what I'm wondering. I'll just do this bit in here. I think I'll use the permanent green olive for that, and we'll see how that sits. And I did want this bit to be green. Just going to fit it in, and then I'm thinking that it might be darker on the lines. Like that, and then I'm thinking I'm going to do this leaf as well. Just while I've got it in my hands. There we go. Now, I've got a couple of ideas. I think it will work quite well actually, she says very modestly. I'm going to take a fairly pale pink. This is the Pink Madder Lake, and do this bit here. Just a touch. I know we had pink on the last one, but I think it works quite well. A little bit here, and then the flower. We haven't done her hair, have we? We'll get there. Stomach's gurgling. Okay, and I'm thinking the handbag too. The main part of the bag anyway. I'm trying not to colour over that rim, but I might just, because I've gone over it so much, I might just make it a darker pink. Like that. And the same with this, and the handle strap. I guess it is really. Right, now for the flower centre, the little design here and this trim, I'm going to use a yellow, and I hope it's going to work. Oops. If I can get hold of it, it's a good start. This is the cadmium yellow lemon, so it's quite a greenish yellow. I'll pop it in there. And then on this trim, it's almost fluorescent neon, but our greens are quite bright, so it should be fine. Now I know these have got a dot in the circle in the centre, but I'm just going over all of them the same because that's very small. I realised that we haven't done her hair or her shoes, or oops, let's put her up so you can see. She's a bit drunk, she fell over. And my idea for that is grey. It might be not to your taste, but that's what I fancy doing. So I'm going to use my Cold Grey 3. I'm going to try and get a silver effect on the bag by making it darker on the edge and a bit lighter in the middle, with leaving a little white bit. We'll do the same with the clasps, leave them slightly white in the middle. With the shoes, we might lighten it a bit towards the centre but keep the colour even. Like that. And then the hair. I quite like the idea of it being fairly silvery. So what I'm going to do is make it dark around the edge here. And then fade it a bit. And here, make it quite dark. Just checking you can see. Sorry, I stopped and looked up at the camera. And then fade it. Just fade it and leave a line like that, like a little shine line. Then I'm going to do the same on this side. Try and sort of get my shine line in a similar place. Our flower's going to be in the way. Didn't think that through, did I? Never mind. Put it just there, I think. And then we've got this sort of strange swept round bun. Go all the way around the edge, and then I think I'll just fade it upwards. Just have a sort of shiny bit here. And she's got, looks like her hair's tied up with chopsticks. I've done that before. They're really quite good. I wouldn't do it like that, but I sort of thread it in. You make a bun, you put the chopstick in and then dig it into the hair underneath and then push it back out again, and it just sort of holds it in place. That's what I find anyway. I think we'll do these in the juniper green actually. I think a darker green looks a bit more elegant, and I think it'll just work, finish it off really. Going to try and do them a bit darker on each edge. Leave a sort of semi-shiny bit in the middle, not completely white. Didn't really manage it on that one. But there we go, let's pop her in the middle for you to see. There she is. So there is our next little girl. She is done. So yes, thank you for watching. Yeah, I hope these are okay for you. Do come back tomorrow for this really little cute one here. But for now, thank you so much. Have a super day and happy colouring.